Don't mind us, guys. Just doing some quick pedal DIY in this stream. It's a pedal DIY ASMR video. It's just Dutchy just fiddling around with his pedals.
Just tell me when you started.
I think it's live now. Should be. Yeah, no, we're live now. It's cool. No,
okay.
Yeah, it is now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Super League. And as you can already tell, I ain't alone this time. I do have a Mr. Play Dutchy with me, who is currently doing some pedal DIY. Is that an extra speed boost for the GT Sport League tomorrow? Is that what it is? Is it like nitrous?
I hope not.
You hope not. Wait, see, you just go flying over the corkscrew.
No.
Oh, that is a very nice drift from Jojo Power there. Carry on.
No. I changed the brakes and I don't need the boost on the brakes there.
No nitrous. Yes, Gavra is correct. No Chris X Stars today, as he is one of those controller users. So his controller broke apparently, and is unable to race. So stepping in for him, making a Super League return, is Mr. Thunder 5050. Now, if I go ahead here, I do believe we have a penalty. If we have a couple of penalties, Dutchy, actually, from last week out in Bahrain. So I'll quickly go into...
Look, where's my phone?
It's in the penalty. I'll have a look in the penalties chat. Yeah, so we have... So only one penalty. So Pope Tabers was given an LLP4, which means he will be starting. He'll be starting from the back of the grid because he will not be able to qualify. So a full quali ban for Pope Tabers. So he will, as he is now, serving his penalty nicely, and he'll be in the pit lane for the entirety of quali. Apart from that, there was just a couple of people that were given back a few positions. I believe Z-Tech Oreos, he was actually... I believe he should have been given back 5th place because he had one of those weird, like, when you lag out the game glitches, it gives you a secret penalty. Oh, yeah, sorry, Jetsy also got an LLP2, which means Jetsy, if he's here... Yes, he is, because we've got a full grid. Should be here. Where is he? There he is, yeah, in the Red Bull in 7th. He will get a 3-place grid reduction at the end of the race. And Joe, subscriber, prime for 3 months. Thank you, Joe. Dutchy, wet quality for this one. And what that'll mean is no one is going to be on that alternate soft medium strategy. Everyone most likely is going to start or go from a medium to a hard or a hard to medium.
Well, you never know, because maybe you have some gamblers out there that will pick the softs and then go for the true stop.
Now, you never know. I have to see what happens at the end of this quali session. But Z-Tech Oreos leading at the moment of 145.4, 143.4 there for him. As Geek Fusion in second with a 143.5. Mahrez 600ths behind him, and then 4,000ths between him and Dan Schneider in 4th place. Atom Grim for 43.8 in 5th place. He came 3rd in last week's race. And obviously we did have Chris X Stars, who won last week out in Bahrain, but unfortunately couldn't race this race. But Thunder doing well at the moment in 11th place, only a 10th behind Natty. Thunder, I believe, was only about 2 positions off of actually getting into the Super League this season. Obviously, we did the prelim races to determine everyone's place and where they would be. Everyone, though, Dutchy should be able to go for quite a few consistent, like, consecutive laps on these inters, because you can do quite a few laps on the same stint without having to come into the pits. So going to see quite a few laps from people here. Is Toussaint to the line? What will he do? 43.9.
8.
Yeah, 8 for him. 43.9 puts him in 8th position. Who else is on a lap here? Pearson O, which is actually it's Jax in the Mercedes.
The top 4 is within 2/10 of each other. Top 5, I mean.
Definitely very close between the top. Always Jax validating on the final corner. Easy one to do so. I think I picked up like 9 seconds of penalties yesterday in my race because I just kept on understeering wide over that stupid final corner. But Jax should be able to just go again, obviously, as I said. Oh, he actually got this lap and next lap invalidated. That is not great there for Jax. But if I look now, see if anybody else is on a good lap. Natty's invalidated. Two Saints on a lap at the moment. I'm going to need to cough for a second. It's not COVID.
Just saying, just trying to get the slipstream of Rick Holt. He's in front of him.
Maybe a little bit too far away at the moment to possibly get that slipstream. Oh, who else is in here? F1 Lover. Welcome. Some people, F1 Lover saying they might possibly go for a soft to hard Dutchie. I think it is possible, especially because they'll have fresh softs. Could be a possible strategy.
You maybe can do 1 or 2 more laps on the soft, but I think it's killing you eventually.
Yeah, definitely will.
Rick Holt first.
Oh yeah, good lap from Rick Holt. 43-2 for him. Puts himself into pole position. Previous Academy League champion, putting himself to pole position here in the Super League. F1 Lover in here as well. Zexfi. Thunder in the chat, even though he's racing. And yeah, a ton of people welcome to the Super League. Here in China, we have a lovely wet quali here. As to see who's going to be able to come out on top here. It's the first time we've actually had the full intermediates in play properly. Obviously, we had that end to the Freshman League race on Tuesday where Deadly Jason gambled on the inters as he had to come in for for a wing change and somehow was putting like 10 seconds to the leader at the end of the race, which is and Jojo Power understeering wide over the curb there. Yeah, that was unfortunate for him. Nabil sick now as he was actually up there winning the race last week, Dutchie, as then he got that puncture, as you probably will remember, the puncture as there was last week from Nabil
made me
sick.
Crazy when I saw the stream. I was like, dude, come on.
I know he tried to go for a soft medium, but obviously the soft medium around Bahrain definitely isn't a one for that track. Tech is in the chat saying came in the stream for Dutchie and then stayed because Thunder's here. Fair enough, Tech is. Nabil's sick though, and should be able to improve on his lap here. He's only done a 56 frame, definitely a lap he'll 100% want to improve on. Definitely isn't representative of his pace, but Dutchie, this qualifying session will show us who's going to be not necessarily quicker in the wet, but you know, sometimes some drivers can actually be quicker in the wet compared to some drivers who might be quicker in the dry. Some drivers will definitely prefer it.
I had that last season. I wasn't that fast with lap qualifying in the dry, but in the wet I had 1 or twice the pole position.
Yeah, so
it's all about consistency. So
definitely, who can keep it consistent? Don't know whether it's going to be a wet race or a dry race, but we'll have to find out and see. As Nabil Sick did move himself up into 7th. Mares on a lap now in his in the racing point. Him and Pope teaming up actually. Both of these two were battling. Oh, Beza just went pole. Good lap from Beza. 43-0 for him. That's a very good lap.
Fusion and Mares is coming around the corner.
Yeah. Getting Fusion now. There's a McLaren to the line first. Somebody has a weekly style. Can he improve this time? And he does. Moves up to 10th place. Can the racing point improve?
Oh, Mares just by a bit.
Yeah, Mares 0.02 of a second there on pole position. Let's see if anyone else can improve. There's an AlphaTauri to the line. That's Geek Fusion. He was 6/10 down though. It's a Hasta line. Wait, Dutchie, is it drying up in this session? Aston's gone out on the softs. Could it be drying up a little bit towards the end here?
I don't know. Could be a gamble.
It could be a gamble.
Yeah, we know how the game runs, so sometimes you had it was saying that it's going to rain in the race, but they put you out there on slick, so.
Well, Natty here, he's on a flying lap, Dutchie. Let's have a right on board with him as he's had a huge lock up there into the right-hander as he comes up now towards the very tricky... Oh, it's Weekly Stout! He's got to be careful not to do that. Came right across the track in front of Natty. But are these softs going to be quicker? He's sliding about a lot. Natty is here. Can he improve on this time? Let's have a look here as he comes through the sector split through the end of sector 2. Will he be up in his time? Oh, large chunk of oversteer.
He's going a bit
he's a second down on this time. I don't think the softs are going to be quick enough as Aston actually comes into the pitch. Yeah, it was a gamble, as he said, Dutchy, but I don't think it's worked out for them.
Maybe that's the different Ferrari master plan what Natty brought along from Ferrari to Haas.
Possibly, yeah. trying to bring it into the Haas master plan with Aston, as definitely hasn't seemed to have worked out for them, unless that he can find anything in this final sector. He's got to find a second though, so unless it is going to dry up towards the end of this session. Let's see, will Natty come into the pits? Yeah, he does, so definitely I don't think that was on.
Last corner going to the start finish.
Let's see what he can do as he comes to the line.
Ooh.
Pole position, what a time. I think the track...
Well, it's drying up then.
It is definitely drying up, because that is 7/10 quicker than Mares, so the track is drying up. Maybe the so-called Haas master plan was slightly going to be working, but just maybe a bit too early.
Yeah, maybe the gamble at 2 minutes, 2 minutes to get out.
I don't know. It's a very, very good lap though from Zetec Oreos. The track definitely must be drying up, but is it drying up enough though to justify any soft tyres? As it's an interesting lap.
Out on Intus, so won't be dry enough then.
No, it doesn't seem. The rain doesn't seem to be stopping at the moment.
No, maybe Mares going to gamble on the softs.
Possibly.
No, it's out on the Intus.
Intus as well. So a track hasn't dried up enough yet for those soft tyres. Definitely, most likely going to be Intus to the end of this session. See, our timers might be a little bit behind theirs, as it usually is in this poorly put together game. As Zetec Oreos come around the banked right-hander there, just allows the drivers to get a lot more speed down that 1 kilometre straight. No DRS in this session, obviously, as it is raining, so that'll be impacting the times a little bit. But everyone coming around now set some late lap times. I think someone did just improve. I think it was possibly Jetsy. I think he just moved up into 5th position. As keep an eye on who's coming towards the end of their lap. There is an Alfa Romeo.
2 Alfa Romeos. Just saying, crossing the line.
Tim crosses the line, he goes 2/10 quicker, and he goes 5/10 behind Zetec Oreos. Isn't close, and that's a really nice lap from Zetec Oreos.
Rick Holt, last corner.
Let's see what Rick Holt can do. Jax is retired from the session. He can't put any more time in. As Rick Holt goes third. 100th ahead of Mares. And, puts himself up into third.
That's a start of the lap.
Yeah, Beza starting the lap. He's come through the first corner, the long sweeping right-hander as it tightens up for turn 2 and then switch back for turn 3. Very difficult corner, I can imagine it is as well, to get the traction on the exit of there. Zetec Oreos retiring, Dutchy, so I don't think he's going to be able to improve. So he will not be able to improve on his time. Can anybody else beat his time, though? It's a very, very nice lap from him. But he does a Merc to the line. Is that most likely will be Piero? I think we just have the Merc or a Williams. Could have been a Williams, actually. As I believe it was Thunder starting his lap as a Red Bull. Wish I could just choose the number of car that I want instead of flicking through everybody's car.
Oh, Ferrari off, record off.
Oh, he's retired.
Yes.
Is it like terminal damage?
Yep.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Wait, let's have a look. Oh, it is. Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of it there. So Rick Holt, he's not going to be able to improve on his time. Jetsy, Geek Fusion, Wiggly Style, and Pope. Obviously, Pope serving his quali bar nicely there, Dutchy. Nice to know that our stewarding has come into play there nicely. As
I'm glad someone has respect for that.
Yeah, that's good. Toussaint 3/10 improvement. Dutchie's moved himself up into 7th. There, only as high as 7th for him. Can his teammate, though, improve? No, he can't. He's only able to do a 42.5. Z-Tech Oreos looking like he's going to get pole position at the moment. Keep an eye on Mares as he's coming down the final straight.
Yeah.
As Beza as well. Oh, it's a huge slide from Beza. And yeah, full retirement there from Beza. He had a huge slide across the line there. I think he just got on that curb on the exit and it just ruined his lap. Nabil Sick, can he improve to the line? Yes, he goes 6th. Big improvement there for the McLaren driver.
Can he do it?
Will Mares improve as he comes to the line? He does. No. Ahead of Rick Holt by 0.05, but not able enough to go pole. Can Piero do it? He's coming around the hairpin now. Him and Natty on a lap. Natty closely behind him here.
Well, I remember my old teammate wasn't that good in the wet, he always said.
Ooh, a little bit squirrely on the rear there. Not being too. Can Natty improve? I didn't see if Natty improved there. No, he didn't. Only stays 16th for Natty. And yeah, that's as high as the Haas can go. But there was the final grid. So it was Z-Tech Oreos for a very, very nice lap there. Only 2/10 ahead of Atom in 2nd. Then it was Mares in 3rd. Rick Holt 4th. Beza in 5th. Nabil Sick in 6th. Jetsy in 7th. Norma Shadow 8th. Toussaint 9th. Piero in 10th. Geek Fusion 11th. Dan Shadow 12th. Wiggly Style in 13th. Aston 14th. Jojo Power in 15th. Natty in 16th. Don Rajib in 17th. Thunder in 18th. Jax in 19th. And Pope had to serve his qualifying ban. Starts from the back of the grid in his Merc. In his pink Mercedes as Racing Point. As Geek Fusion in the chat. Hello there. Here, Bottle, his fastest lap was 3/10 up. Yeah, so I have to see what's going to happen here in the race. Will it be dry? Will it be wet? I don't know. If anybody knows what it's going to be like, well, it looks to be in dry conditions at the moment. Is it going to be dry for the entire race? We'll have to wait and see. As I believe the Super League, if you're still here, Dutchie, pretty much went for an entire season without having any rain in the race. Did you have any rain last season in any races?
Yeah, a little drizzle, that's all.
Wasn't there like a quali? Oh no, it was Monza, wasn't it, in the race where it was like softs, but it was like light rain.
Yeah,
so
light rain, light drizzle.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
A full wet race. That was what I was hoping for, to get a nice wet race, and then you see the people's skills coming out with the wet and making the right decisions. Yeah, Jordan was raining it, but it was a damp race. Let's just say it wasn't anything, no torrential rain there. But so we get underway, and Dutchie, you did say someone might gamble for that soft medium. That man is Mr. Jojo Power. He has gone for the softs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on the hards, and everyone else has started on the medium. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's also on the. Oh no, it's Jojo. Yeah.
Yeah, Jojo.
Natty as well.
Jojo on the soft tires. And what I found yesterday, Dutchie, I don't know if it was just my setup that I had, but I actually found I like in Bahrain seemed to, like, in the freshmen, the hard to medium seemed to work really well. In Bahrain, it seemed to work really well, and then I tried it. My hard pace on the first stint was horrific. I really didn't like those hards at first. So we're gonna have to see what these other hard drivers are able to do. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just them. I don't know. But I know Ted, my teammate, he struggled on the medium stint when he went to. He also did a hard to medium. He struggled on the mediums at the end of the race. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here as Z-Tech Oreos lead in the pack. If Atom joining him on the front row, this could be some really good points for Atom in terms of the championship. Obviously, with Chris X Stars not being here, Dutchie, Atom getting 3rd in last race, if he could potentially capitalise on Z-Tech Oreos, he could be in a good lead in this championship.
I hope we keep getting a good battle through the whole season to make it assignment till the last race.
Definitely.
For the championship.
The last race being in Brazil this season. No Abu Dhabi, as I did not decide to put it in because Well, it's Abu Dhabi. What do you expect? I mean, it's all right in the game, but I remember the Premier. It was either the Premier Series or the Super League race. It was just nothing happened. It was quite a boring one, to be honest. So I tried to put tracks in that were allowed for more battles, don't you? I know you like some good battles, so tried my best here. China isn't necessarily everyone's favourite track, but it definitely does provide a lot of battles, as we've seen already. So let's find out what's going to happen here, as the lights will count down and no one will be ready to start because it's Codemasters. So we're going to have to wait until everyone's ready to go. The most anticlimactic starts in F1 now.
Yesterday went fine, I see on the stream.
Did it work yesterday, did it? Oh,
yeah.
That's great. The only time I don't commentate, but it works.
Yeah, it's maybe you then.
Maybe it's me, yeah. And here we go. Yeah, the lights are out, and away they go. As Maris already getting the jump on Atim. Atim's had an awful start, as he's now pushed in 3 wide into turn 1. Let's look as we look down towards the back of the grid, as Norma Shadow getting past Jetsy down the inside. Toussaint and Perra. Toussaint's falling down the tower. Oh, we got a spinner. It's Tim again. 2 seasons in a row that she spun at turn 2. And how unfortunate for that man there. That's 2 seasons in a row for him, he span. And he's now going to have to try and catch up to the back of the pack here. Z-Tech Orioles leading the way, followed by Nares. Nabil Sick, what a start from him. Dutchy's up into 2nd place already. Mares down in 3rd position. Beza behind him, followed by Rico. It's Geek Fusion here going down the inside of Dan Schneider. An interesting place to go down the inside there. Is Jojo Power going to go around the outside? Him starting on the soft, so a little bit of contact there between these guys. So I make sure they're giving each other enough room. Jojo Power down the inside of Dan Schneider. As Nabil Sick has left the session, as he got a brilliant start up into 2nd place, and he should have enough invites to get himself back up into he should be able to get himself back into this race. As someone's run very wide there. There's a racing point very, very wide, but Nabil Sick's AI, I think, is getting in the way a little bit there of everyone, but hopefully everyone should just be able to go round him. And is Geek Fusion now. Nabil Sick has joined back. As a little bit of contact there between a few people, as his car should just be able to join back in. As I think he should be about back in now. No, I think the Mercedes getting past him, but Jojo Power getting round Toussaint. Toussaint had a bit of a rocky start there. He dropped to 10th place, but has moved himself back up into 8th now. As Jojo Power looking to the outside of him.
4th.
Oh yeah, Piero and Jetsy. Is Jetsy on the inside of Piero? Piero pushed to the outside. Jetsy going to hold it there. Dutchy, these 3 guys here, Bessa, Rick Ho, and Jetsy on these hard tyres, could be in a really good position here to get themselves back in a really good position towards the end of this race, as they are starting on the hard tyres, which should be the preferred strategies. Jax goes down the inside of Natty and gets himself up into 11th, as Nabil Sick once again has left the session, so he's dropping towards the back of the grid here. He's managed to join himself back into this race, as Atom going to go around the outside of him, and Tim's joined. Tim has managed to join the back of this pack now, so it's just going to have to be Tim trying to find his way through the battle here.
They're still close through the whole field.
Yeah, very is close.
I also think, Jojo Power in 6th.
Yeah, Jojo's done well. He is on those soft tyres though, remember, so it's going to be.
Yeah, but still.
Going to be flying at the moment, as someone's on the back of Piero. Piero's on the back of Jetsy. Will he look for a move here? I think he's just going to be a little bit too far away, definitely to look for the move. Jojo Power might look to the outside, as a little bit of contact there between Piero and Jetsy, but no damage given, as I still, Dutchy, in this entire time haven't even got, oh there we go, now I have an interval gap. Had no interval gaps for anyone there for those first few laps. As it looks like Jax now, is he going to look for a move on the inside of Mares? Mares has had quite an awful start here, Dutch. He's dropped all the way down to 10th place.
Yeah. Also with a penalty already.
Yeah, he's picked up a penalty, so 3 seconds to him as Jack's are going to try and go round the outside. Mares going to hold it there, as I don't think anyone's picked up any damage at the moment. Dutch, everyone seems to be come off clean, but here goes Jack's out to the inside. because he's going to look for the move now, and then indeed does get the move done. A little bit of contact on the exit, but nothing done there. It's Norma Shadow having a battle with Toussaint here. They actually had a battle towards the back of the grid last week, as both of them picked up early damage out in Bahrain, and both having a little battle of their own outside of the points. But these two both up in the points at the moment, currently in 7th and 8th. And it's going to be interesting to see when the strategies will come into play. Who's going to be out on top, as Jax looked like he was looking for a move on Geek Fusion. As I could look to the inside. Jax to the inside. He's going to go down the inside of the banked right-hander here, and he's going to get a brilliant exit. But here comes Mares. Dutchy, this could go 3 wide here. There's a bit of contact, but it's giving me the worst camera angle ever. It's going to go 3 wide now, down into the hairpin. And Jack's going to find himself on the inside of Mares, and Geek Fusion and Natty both trying to get themselves involved in this as well, as everyone trying to find their way back up the pack here. And Nabil Sik quite far behind now, as he obviously lagged out earlier, so he's going to have to try and find his way back through the pack. And yeah, a big mix-up at the moment. Yeah, in the chat, it is a big mix-up between the strategy.
Jetsy next to each other. They are battling hard.
These two, they could slowing each other down quite a lot though, Dutchy. Here goes Piero to the inside. Here he's going to look for it.
He has to pass him because he's on the faster tire.
Oh, so there's a bit of contact there between Jetsy and Jojo, and there's a bit of contact again between the two of them. And so these two want to be careful. They don't run each other off the track. Try and just work together. And it's a long race, remember, 28 laps here around China. So still a long race to go. As Z-Tech, look how much he's flown away, Touchy. 5.6 seconds for Z-Tech Oreos. He's got a brilliant lead at the moment.
I think the mediums are 8/10 to a second quicker per lap. And they both had a different strategy, so they're working fine together.
Yeah, so yeah, both Renaults, as you're saying, on alternate strategies, but Bezos should be able to catch up back up to him, possibly in the second half of the stint. Here goes Jax now down the inside of Norma Shadow. So he's going to be looking for the move, and does get the move done. It's been a good start for Jax, though, Dutchy. He started quite far down the pack in that quali session. He did manage to find the pace in the wet on those intermediate tyres. There's Geek Fusion having a little battle with Natty through the final corner. It was very nice between those two. Managed to both keep themselves on the track. And Natty is having to defend now to both Don Rajib and also Geek Fusion, as Don Rajib and Geek Fusion now going to go wheel to wheel through the first initial corners. Natty's actually been pushed to the outside. Don Rajib's going to go down the inside of both of them, and indeed does get the move done. And here comes Natty and Geek Fusion now looking for the move as well. That was a good move there from Don Rajib.
Toussaint overtaken by Pearson.
Oh yeah, Jax now to the Pearson to the inside and gets the move done, as Norma Shadow getting round. I think that was Mares before, but a couple of gaps opening up now as the pack just starting to find these pockets of people just on different forms of pace, obviously on the different strategies as well, but very close and very clean so far, Dutchy, which is what we like to see.
Of course we do. I think we missed Jojo passing Jetsy.
I would possibly might have, yeah. I think Jojo did get past. Jojo on the alternate soft medium, trying to go for something different. See if he is able to do it. Obviously, we'll have to go for the 2%. Unless, Dutchy, let's just go for that softer hard. Could he be going for the softer hard, maybe?
Well, he has better nurse's tires then.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a lot of nursing to those tyres, as Mares getting down the inside of Norma Shadow, as Aston having a little bit of a battle at the back here between Shadow. Oh, and it's that almost collided with the racing point. That was close there. Who was that racing point? Was that Pope that almost went into him? Yeah. I think it was. Did he just lose it on the final corner? Did he lose it, or was there contact?
I couldn't see it. I was on Toussaint, Jax, and then I see a Ferrari in the distance.
Yeah, I think so. I think he spun out though. I don't think there could have been much he could have done to get out of the way of the oncoming traffic, because they all came around that corner pretty quickly. But the Pope did very well to move out the way from him as Jax behind Jetsy. As can Pearson look for the move as he's going to dart to the inside. Will he look for the move though? I don't know why it gives me that camera angle there. I want to look at the move going into that corner, not look for the people coming through that angle. It's really annoying. But here goes Jax to the inside. He was looking for the move, but he will have DRS now though, which will work in his favour. Could be Jetsy now on
for Jojo.
Yeah, Jetsy on Jojo. Jojo going to go defensive. Oh, he's moving a little bit under the braking zone, but leaves Jetsy enough room. Jetsy actually forced to the outside. Here comes Jax, though, on the inside.
Yes. Also see that Jojo's losing time.
Maybe those softs have dropped off a little bit now for him.
I also seen a reaction from Kastengel. That's how you pronounce his name. Now you know it.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to say his name from now on. Oh, there's a racing point round and he's collided with the Williams of I think that was Don Rajib. Yeah, it was, I believe it was Mahrez who, Mahrez has wing damage, I believe. Just someone turned in. I believe it was a Mercedes Dutch. It could have been.
Yeah,
it could have been.
Rajib.
I think it was.
Well.
Yeah, I think it was. I think what happened was he went wheel to wheel with. But I believe he was ahead of Jax going into turn one. Jax just clipped the back of him, span him into a half spin, and from there Mahrez was helpless. And obviously Don Rajib just come around turn one, just got caught up in everything, and he's got that wing damage now. Nothing that Mahrez or Don Rajib could have done. I think the blame might have to be put a little bit on Jax there, because he was a little bit of just tapped the back of Mahrez and sent him into a half spin. I think it was. I believe it was a Mercedes that hit the racing point, but I'm not too sure. Here comes Atim Grinducci, and he's making his way through the field quite nicely here though. Back him into 9th position after that spin earlier on. And he's got the move done. And he's going to have to pull something miraculous here, though, because he needs to gain up a lot of time on Z-Tech Oreos, as I can imagine. Oh, Jojo into the pits. I think he's had enough of those soft tyres, Dutchies. He said they were degrading quite a lot. As Don Rajib into the pits, and so is Mahrez as well for that wing damage, as we saw earlier from those two.
I bet that Mahrez goes on the mediums to do just a push, a hard push.
I think so, yeah. Definitely think the... well, did he start on the medium? No, he started on the mediums, didn't he?
He's putting hards on.
Yeah, I think possibly hards, and then if you can't take those all the way back, maybe a soft run, or... I don't know, he's going to have to push on these hards now. He is quite far behind, but just mentioned it before, Dutch, but Atim just went down the inside of Jetsy into turn one and got the move done. But here comes Jetsy now, wheel to wheel with Geek Fusion. Geek Fusion going to go round the outside. That's a very nice move there from Geek Fusion. As he gets the move done.
Jetsy doesn't have pace on the hards. You're losing big time.
Yeah, that's what happened to me yesterday. I just couldn't find any pace on those. Oh no, he's got front left end plate damage, Dutchy. That's why.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where he's picked that up from. Possibly, did he collide with Don Rajib when... Because there could have been... I think there may have been someone else involved in the incident. Maybe it was Jetsy, I'm not sure. Could have been Jetsy involved as well. Scumpid in the chat saying, yo, welcome to the chat. A lot of people saying the F1 lover says the Renaults are dominating. Yeah, definitely a good dominant performance from the Renaults. Here goes Pope. Aston around the inside of Pope. Pope holding it on the inside there. Does indeed get the move done on Aston up into 11th position. And Pope, after his quali ban, Dutch, he's done well to get himself up into 11th as well.
Hopefully keep that up. I also see that Kastengel is happy that someone pronounced his name right.
Well, I mean, you're both Dutch, so it would make sense for you to pronounce his name right.
I always keep saying that to you guys.
I know, but I'm not Dutch, okay? I can't. Kastengel. Is that how you say it?
No, not Tangle. Kastengel.
Kastengel.
Yeah.
Kastengel.
See, you know how to do it.
Okay, Kastengel. Ooh, Don Rajib just picking up. Don Rajib just picking up a 3-second time penalty. Kastengel. I'm gonna have to learn that now, off camera, just Kastengel. As Natty
he's happy
actually
about
closed
it.
up behind. Oh, we've got a retirement, Don Rajib.
No.
I think, is it a manual
Is that
retirement?
manual?
It could have been a manual retirement. Yeah, it is. It is a manual retirement. I think he
No,
was
he
just...
said that the first 2 corners. I seen the mini map.
Yeah, I think it is a manual retirement. I think his car's pulled over, which is why he's... I think he was at the back of the pack, though, so not gonna be a good day for the Williams team, as Thunder only down in 15th at the moment. Oh, it goes. Piero's actually battling with Beza here, Dutchy. This is for second place.
Yeah, nice.
So the Renault's getting attacked here. He goes Piero up into second position, and well, haven't said this already, but what a comeback for Piero, up 8 positions. Started in 10th place, and currently now having a battle with Beza, as Beza's gonna look to the outside. If you can go for the move, but Piero going to hold it on the inside. As Geek Fusion's actually left the session, he should be able to join back. I have sent plenty of invites out to people, so they sent about 3 or 4 invites to every individual, so they should be able to get back.
Action.
Yeah, it is very nice between Beza and Piero here. Piero to the inside, and he's going to try and look for the move. Here comes Beza now, looking for the move back. Rick Holt just going to sit happily though behind Dutchy and just let these guys battle, and then should be able to capitalize at some point.
He's probably nursing. Well, he has a lot of earth. He's nursing around really good, so I hope so for the tires as well and the fuel.
As, Nabil Sek actually making his way past Geek Fusion. Geek Fusion obviously he's left the session. He should just be able to join back and hop into a car. Geek Fusion, I know you're watching a stream, mate. You should be able to just join back with one of my invites and should have just jumped straight back into your car. As he's slowly falling down the pack here, unfortunately. That's why you should race with good internet, people, and for next time. As we got it. Someone was off there. Was there was an Alfa Romeo, I think?
I have no clue. I went out for
I think it was at him.
drink.
I think it was at him. I think had a bit of a spin because 2 Saints actually got ahead of him. I think so. It could have been at him. Possibly a little bit of a spin on the exit of the long right-hander before the 1 kilometer straight. We've seen someone did it before. We saw Sabo the Mister was leading the race in the Freshman League, lost the car on the exit of that corner, and in the end, unfortunately retired the car completely. Terminal damage.
Red Bull wide.
Yeah, well, Jetsy wide. I think he's definitely struggling on these hards, Dutchy. I think he
has no other choice.
He has the wing damage though. Geek Fusion has managed to join back. Is Thunder going to go around the outside, and Dutchy Thunder could get some points here on his Super League return. He's in 11th position now, and he's not far behind Nabil Sik. But Nabil Sik is going to pull away though, as he did lead the session before, so he should be able to make his way back up the pack. As Mares putting in the fastest time on the hard tires. Obviously, he is on fresh hards, so towards the back of the pack as well. And did Aston come in for damage, Dutchy? Because he's at the back as well. I didn't see him.
He probably did.
I think he must have, because I didn't see him.
What was a regular pit stop? 16 or something? 15? Yesterday?
I think so, something like that.
Ah, you drove that race. I didn't.
I didn't look at the pit stop time, if I'm honest. I just kind of went in and started complaining because the game made me change my wing because I didn't want it to change it. So, I didn't really check. Oh, he got Beza and Rick Holt. Rick Holt to the inside, Dutchy, and he gets the move done. Beza's losing a lot of time here on those hards. Has he got no wing damage to him, Dutchy? I don't know what's happened to Beza, but he's losing a lot of time.
I don't know. I think Rick Holt did a good job nursing his tires, maybe better than Beza, and definitely his earth.
Oh, it goes that.
Maybe also fuel.
Yeah, maybe it could be just a mix of all those components. But Dan Schneider getting past Thunder, and Dutchy, look at the lead C-Tech Oreos has over Pierre. He's nearly at pit stop.
Pierre came from far, don't forget that.
He did, to be fair. There's been a lot of battling behind Z-Tech, but he's done well, though, to get himself away from those battles and just get himself in some nice clear air. And now he can just manage his own race, manage the tyres, and hopefully just pull it home for the win if he can.
Well, I'm looking at the overtakes. Pierre did 8, moved up 8 positions. Pearson did 14. Pope did 12.
If I look on the... Someone made a good point there, actually. Can actually look at the... Oh, yeah, Aston did actually come in for a front wing. Did actually. Went from the mediums to the hards. It's in the race director. I think you'll be able to see if you go to pit stops. But yeah, Aston did come in for the wing change.
Yeah, we are still not even halfway the race, and everything can happen. The safety car can come out. Someone can spin out the last corner, what we've seen yesterday, and also in the race earlier.
Definitely.
So everything can happen.
Anything can happen, indeed. Still a long way to
Cetic
go.
has more pace than Pierre, what I've seen. He lost like 5/10.
Yeah, that gap's opened up for 13 seconds now. As Atom just picked up a penalty. The two Alfa Romeo boys, both teamed up last season in the Merc, but both in the Alfa Romeo this time. Both riding in 6th and 7th place as Weekly Star comes into the pit stop. Is that an early medium pit stop? I believe it is, yes. An early stop onto the hard. Yeah, it is. It's an early stop onto the hards, I think, because there's no wing change for him. So I think it's going to be an early hard stop, possibly just trying to undercut a few people. But yeah, he's actually dropped behind both Aston and Mares, but still a long way to go, as I've said.
He has clean air now, so maybe he can make up for something.
Just take a look at Jojo. After that stop he done on the mediums, Dutch, he hasn't seemed to come back into this race on those mediums. Because he went from the softs, as we all know, as normal shadow to the inside of Jetsy.
Maybe Jojo lost his mojo.
Maybe, but he's gaining on this little pack ahead, Jetsy and Norma Shadow, because these guys, as he said, Jetsy's just lost a ton of pace here, Dutchy, but just remember, he just had that front left end plate damage, so we do need to take that into account as well. But Jojo's gaining on the back of them, but I don't really know how Jojo's going to pull off this stop medium. Here comes Beza and Zetec Oreos and Piero into the pits. I thought it was Beza and Zetec Oreos. I thought the Renaults were going for a double stack. Oh no, the Renaults have gone for no, they haven't gone for a double stack. I'm just an idiot. No, Zetec Oreos is into the pits. So is Piero. So is Toussaint and Natty and Nabil Sik has also come into the pits. So a couple of early medium stoppers. It looks like everyone on the mediums coming in earlier to go to the hards.
Right call from Wrigley Styles as well.
Yeah, maybe it was. Possible undercut. You know how the undercut can be quite powerful on these very high tyre wear tracks. And don't forget, we'll be at Zandvoort next week. A home track for you, Dutch, here around the Netherlands. Do you like Zandvoort?
I like being there, but it's not really my track. I don't get the right feeling for that track. I don't know. It's a pretty nice track, also in real life, but in this game, I can't do it. I have to be fair, I can't do it.
Can't do it, eh? Well, Mares just went down the inside of Natty. Natty going to fight back, though. He goes down the inside. Possibly looking for the move in. Natty going to hold it on the inside. Ooh, Mares not leaving too much space there for Natty. Did still have a wheel alongside, but no damage to them. Just a little bit of contact, and Natty going to stay behind Mares for now. Natty on 5-lap younger hard tyres. Mares obviously is on that slightly alternate strategy as he had to come in for a pit stop for the wing damage. It was unfortunate there to pick that up.
Yeah, we're on Thunder on a long straight.
It is Piero looking for the move on the Williams as Piero to the outside, and he does get the move done. But if we look now, Beza into the pits early off of those hard stuff. He's coming early. He's going to try and take those mediums about another 14 laps, which we've seen is possible because Atom's taking them 14 laps. Could that be crucial for Beza there? As he's on an alternate strategy to his teammate Zetec Oreos, but Rick Holt going to go a lot longer into this race on these hard tyres. But probably, most likely, the Dutchman will be coming in next lap.
I hope it does, because it's a good gamble. Well, it's a better choice because you have a lighter car, less wear.
Could be. Could watch out for.
Could work out for Beza.
It could work out for Beza, yeah. But also keep an eye on Rick Holt, Pope, and Dan as well, as they all have to go into the mediums. They'll have even less wear than those guys, and they'll also have even less fuel than those guys, so they could also be ones to watch as well. Beza was a one to watch last week. He went from Started somewhere like 14th or 15th, Dutchy. Ended up in 4th place in the end in last week's race.
That's
so,
nice.
and
Really
he also did the alternate hard to medium strategy. So he's going for it again. Can Beza do what he did last week and finish in a very, very good position here? As Beza did team up last season with Pope in the Premier Series. Both of them getting promoted up to the Super. Rick Holt into the pits. Will Pope follow him in? No, Pope stays out an extra lap. Interestingly, does Dan come in? Dan Schneider does come in, the other Dutchman. Oh, and he's locked up and almost gone into the wall into the pit lane there.
I think I had that.
Yeah, he almost went straight into the pit wall. That could have been unfortunate. But Rick Holt here, Dutchy, come out a really nice position. We're going to see a really nice battle here between him and Beza.
Because Beza. He lost it.
Oh, he actually lost time. So maybe the overcut was slower then. It must have been. Oh, look how far Dan Schneider's fallen though. Did Dan Schneider have wing damage? Wait, I want to check that. Did he?
I will check that. You.
Yeah. Sorry, you check that.
Out.
You check that. Did Dan? Because it surely can't have fallen that far down the grid. Nabil Sick to the outside of Natty here, looking for the move. Natty going to give him the room? No? Did he just do a normal stop? That's weird. That.
Does it say on the race director or not?
It says on there if you go in the race director, you should press R1 to go along to where it says pit stops. And then it will show you the pit stops that people made. It will tell you whether they've done a front wing change or not, and what tyres they've gone to.
Is that a new feature? Because I don't know.
It is. You just press R1. Just click in the race director and press R1. Then it'll tell you who's changed the front wing and what pit stops they've done.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah. No, it does. He hasn't. No, he hasn't.
It's been a long while.
Oh, it goes at him for the move on 2 Jojo Power got the move done on Norma Shadow up into 7th position as Norma Shadow comes into the pits. He's come off of those hard tyres. So is Geek Fusion. Other two people to keep an eye on, Dutchy. As these two are a little bit far down the pack, though, so they're probably only going to be able to jump into the points positions at the end. But Rick Holt and Beza, these two are the two to keep an eye on. And Rick Holt, Dutchy, I didn't even see that, but he actually got past Beza up into 4th position. So Rick Holt on a flyer at the moment. Can he catch up to Piero on these hards? Only 2.7 seconds behind. And Jet's picking up a 3-second time penalty. But
our boss is saying hi to us in the chat.
Oh, your boss is in here. Hello.
Hello.
What's your boss? What's your? Is it
No, it's also your boss.
Oh yes, sorry. I thought you meant your actual boss. Sorry.
No.
Say your boss from work. Hello, Black Country. Sorry. Hello there. Welcome. Got confused. I was like, what? Yeah, Black Country. Welcome. Team boss for me and Dutchy and 2 Cent. And for a couple of others as well in the GT Sport League. As let's have a look here. Dan Schneider will be looking for a move here, Dutchy on Aston. So the two Hasses are running where Hasses should normally be, Dutchy, and that's outside the points at the moment. M2 will be a little bit disappointed with what they've been able to produce so far. As here comes Dan Schneider, he's going to look for the move now. Pope into the pits, so he's tried for a very big overcut, Dutchy. I don't know whether it's going to work for him, but here goes Dan Schneider now. Will he look for the move on Natty? He's going to go nice and late on the brakes. A little lock-up, a little under rotation, and that's going to allow Natty... It's going to allow Natty to cut back, but yeah, in the end, Pope, nice and easy, going to get the move done. Where does... Dan Schneider getting the move done. Pope actually coming out the pits, and he's going to come out just ahead of this battle here between Dan Schneider and Natty. Dan Schneider and Aston, sorry, it was. And Natty...
Oh, I think Piero made a mistake or something because he lost 2 seconds.
He might have. Apparently, according to my interval gap, Dutchy, I don't know if that's on yours, but apparently he's a lap down.
Oh, mine is 15 seconds, 15.1.
Yeah.
15.
Sorry, everyone. Codemasters. It is, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous now. It's so many stupid bugs. Oh no, Piero's lagged out, I think. Oh no, Piero's having a lot of lag, I think is the issue. He hasn't lagged out, he's just having a lot of lag. Because he Urban Fire in the chat as well. Urban Fire races in the second league in the second group in GT Sport, alongside Airbag.
Behind Natty.
Pope is close behind Natty. Pope did come in for those fresh mediums. Here goes Pope now, looking for the move. And he's going to nice and cleanly get the move done up into 11th position. And yeah, it's fixed the gap now. Dutchy doesn't say Piero's a lap down, but Piero, he must have made a mistake, or maybe he's just a little bit slower on those hard tires, possibly there, Dutchy. I don't know. But lap 19 in this race. Let's see what's going to happen as Jojo Power. Jojo Power, Dutchy, after all the pit stops, found himself back up in 6th place. But remember, he's on that alternate strategy. So it looks like Atom is gaining a bit of time on him now. His teammate Toussaint closely behind. And both Alfa Romeos just trying to work their way up the grid. As Rick Holt is closely behind Piero, followed closely by Beza as well. Both these two on that hard to medium strategy. As Beza got one lap older.
Will be a nice couple of battles, lap battles with Piero, Rick Holt, and Beza.
Could be some good battles between these guys. As it's been a pretty clean race so far. Actually, obviously we had that little incident between. I believe it was Jax. I'm not going to call anyone out because I didn't see very many. I couldn't see many names in the moment. I was busy looking up the contact that had happened, but definitely Mares got sent spinning by someone, and then unfortunately I think it was Dom Rajib and Jetsy both got a little bit caught up in the battle there. But here comes Rick Holt to the inside. Dutchy said it was going to be a nice couple of laps of battles here, and they've already begun as Rick Holt to the inside of Piero, and it's going to get the move done up into 2nd position. And could be now time for Beza to go on the attack as 8 laps to go in this race. And let's see what's able to happen between these three. Oh, a lot of lag there for Piero. As Nabil Sick trying to find his way back up into the points.
I hope he nurses his ears and that kind of stuff, and then eventually the last 2 laps maybe he can attack back to Rick Holt.
Might be able to. It could be just be a waiting game then for Piero. Just maybe try and stick with Rick Holt, nurse the tyres as best he can, keep that ERS.
Maybe let Beza pass as well, and then let the battle start.
Maybe, let them two battle.
Advantage of it.
Yeah, then get the DRS off of them. Pierre's done a lot of lag there, but it's managing to.
We also have Nabil Sick behind Pope.
Pope closely behind his teammate Mares as well.
I think Pope passed Nabil Sick.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly might have passed him. On the mediums, on the alternate strategy. The hard to medium seems to have worked out for quite a few people in this race. Just having a look at the penalties, Dutchy. Everyone has 3 seconds apart. Everyone who has a penalty has 3 seconds. Here goes Pope now to the inside of Mares. That was a very late lunge. As Dan Schneider to the inside of Natty. Natty going to go for the cutback. Chopped a huge chunk off that corner. Jojo Power into the pits, Dutchy, and that is that 2-stop for Jojo. As we were saying at the beginning, so he hasn't gone for the soft to hard, Dutchy. He's gone for the 2-stop soft medium.
Hey, there's no Pearson in the pole driver of the day.
Yeah,
what's that?
Pearson could have been. Jax could have been in there. Jax has made up 14 positions. Is Pope in there? There's no Pope in there either. No. Come on, Gav.
At Jojo it is. But where's Jojo?
No. Gav. Jojo is there. Gav, come on. Jojo is in. Jojo's all the way down in 19th, and you've put him in the driver of the day vote. Should have at least put both Pope and Jax should have been definitely in there, and also Piero. Was Piero in there?
Yeah, Piero's in there.
Oh, Piero's in there, yeah.
I voted for him.
Oh, apparently when he made it, he was in 6th place apparently. So.
Oh.
Gavra, mate, if you want to, I can just put up the position changes for you so you can see. But also, it doesn't necessarily have to be off the position changes as well. You know, it can be whoever.
Of course not.
Whoever can just be the best. I mean, to be fair, Zitek Oros is in there, Dutch. We haven't spoke about him much, but he's had an absolute dominant performance today.
He just keeps his head cool. He's out there in front, nothing to worry about. Just doing his own race, minding our own business.
Here goes Pope. Pope on Toussaint, gonna look for the move. Toussaint gonna just concede the position.
Just let him go.
Yeah, he's on the harder, on the more worn hard tires. Pope on those fresh mediums. So I'd keep an eye on these hard to medium runners. Pope pitting a lot later than everyone else, and that's benefiting him now, Dutchie, because he's on those fresh, very fresh medium tires with a lot less fuel in that car than he started with. So in a good position is Pope. Toussaint going to closely follow behind him. Mares getting involved in this battle as well. So is Nabil Sick. Little four-way battle here, Dutchie. And unfortunately, Dutchie, the battle that you said might have gone on for a little while longer has
not gonna happen.
Unfortunately dwelled out a little bit. But apparently, according to this, Dutchie, Beza is 2.8 seconds behind Piero when actually he's within DRS range. So someone explain that one to me.
Codemasters.
Ah, there we go. That's the answer. Codemasters. Could be a brilliant performance here for Zitek Orioles. Some really, really good points. Atom going to be able to get himself here. Beza will be on for another 4th place finish unless he can find his way past Piero. As Pope
if you change the gap from the interval to the leader and then back to gap, then it's all reset.
Alright, so
that's another
3 tenths. 3 tenths between these two now. Very, very close. Rick Holt's just pulled away on those fresh mediums, it looks like. To be fair, though, Piero's sticking with him.
That far.
Yeah, he is sticking with him a little bit. 1.2 seconds.
As I can't really pass Piero. And that was Sek behind Mares and Mares behind Toussaint. That could be the battle.
Could be a good battle here as Toussaint on those 8-lap-old hards, but Mares actually keeping with him on 14-lap-old hards. So Mares taking these hards quite long into his race. Could be a nice little comeback for Mares. Obviously, he had that wing damage off of that incident, where he was forced into a... No, he didn't even get damaged. He was just forced into a spin, actually. But Nabil Sick closely behind. Nabil Sick was going to be up there at the top of the pack, but fortunately his internet has let him down. His internet provider letting him down here. But it's been a pretty quiet second half to the race, but it's been pretty clean, Dutchie, I have to say. Not many incidents at all.
I'm glad it does, because also we stewards can have a day off then.
Yeah, we can have a break in the stewards chat. Trust me, the amount of claims we had coming in and yesterday was ridiculous. God. As there goes Mares on Toussaint, looking for the move. Mares going to go to the outside. Toussaint going to hold it on the inside. Squeezed him a little bit wide there, just narrowing him up. Here goes Nabil Sick now to the outside. Through the final corner, a little bit of contact, and Nabil Sick forced quite wide there.
And Nabil Sick has to nurse his ears because he's using too much.
He's used all of it.
Doesn't have to.
Dutchie, Toussaint in the best position though. He's 43% ERS. These guys behind only on like about 10% now. So Toussaint actually in a better position.
Range, then you don't have to use ears. Just save it for 3 laps, maybe 4, and then go for the attack.
Definitely. I think around this track as well, what is that, turn 5, definitely a good place to use the airs, because it's a good overtaking opportunity as well after out turns 1, 2, 3 and 4, the snaily S's. It's a good nice heavy braking zone to use your airs to go for an overtake into down that little straight. But yeah, as he said, just definitely wait for the final few laps.
Oh. Dan is telling us in the chat that Thunder's made a mistake.
Possibly. Yeah, he might have. That's why it's at the back.
Last place. Oh
yeah.
My God, Thunder! You struck by lightning.
Struck by lightning. Toussaint's pulled a little bit of a gap though here, Dutchie. I think that ERS coming into play.
They're both empty. Mares and Nabil Sick.
Toussaint might be able to hold this position here, and he is gonna actually.
He's doing a good job.
Just a little bit of an effect there as they both kind of tapped into the back of each other there, the three cars. Aston going past his teammate Natty into 12th position. Let's look at the battle here for what is going to be 8th place between these guys. Let's have a look at penalties quickly. Toussaint actually in a better position, Dutchy. The two drivers behind have 6 seconds. Toussaint only 3, so even if they get past him, they've got to open up a 3-second gap anyway, so Toussaint should be able to just hold 8th nicely.
That's not the way to go for it.
Hey, you want it on track, don't you?
Just
really?
show your skills out there, yeah, and just keep the position, no matter what penalties we all have. I give you more.
Go on.
If you keep it like that, if you can hold at the 8th position, to fight for it, to stay on that instead of just being safe there on 10th place.
Dutchy, F1 lovers complain at you in the chat for calling it ERS and not saying it's ERS.
I don't care.
I mean, it's the same thing as ERS.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say DERS. Here we go now. Mares is within DERS range. Here he goes now, looking for the move. Count Mares is going to open up his DERS. Going to activate his ERS and his DERS. Well, yeah, it was KERS, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why.
Exactly, there you go. Here we go, Mares with the ERS and the DERS. He's going to be looking for the move now on Toussaint around the outside in the racing point. Both ERS and DERS activated, but Toussaint going to defend to the inside and going to hold the position as best he can up in 8th place. And yes, I know it's Bugmasters, not Codemasters. We've already addressed that many times already.
I give them another name, but it's not allowed on the streams.
Yeah, no, sorry, we do have another name for them, but unfortunately this is a PG friendly stream, so we can't unfortunately use the word. I'd say that word is actually quite PG friendly. I'd say it's not like one of your typical swear words. It's more like anyway, back to the racing. Here goes Nabil Sick to the outside of Mares. Actually, he's gonna go around the outside. Might be able to hold it here. Not quite. Oh no!
Again, Morris.
And I think there was. I'm not saying that was Nabil Sick's. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not going to say it was Nabil Sick's fault, but there was a little bit of contact. I don't know whether that had done enough. It is quite a bumpy section on that part of the track. This track's very bumpy, actually. It's quite an old track, so it is quite a bumpy one. As if anybody racing on the wheel, you definitely feel that in the force feedback, Dutchy, the bumps on the track. So do you know what the worst track is for that? Japan. Japan is quite bad for the bumps.
Yeah, especially the previous game, 2019.
Yeah,
yeah. I have to.
I tell you where the worst bit is.
The last.
Yeah, after the last chicane.
I see Pierre is catching up Rick Hall.
He is a little bit there. Geek Fusion said, I guess I'll just watch the race on here. Yeah, I mean, you can do. I mean, Geek Fusion, you just got to sort your internet out, mate. Contact your internet provider. Say, look, I'm trying a league race, okay, and I'm not satisfied with the service I'm being provided here. And then, you know, just sort them out. You know, it's all it needed. Let's see one driver of the day. Zitek Oreo's one driver of the day, Dutchy. I mean, fair enough to him. Definitely a dominant performance from him.
Yeah, he did a good job. He kept his head cool. Like I said, he's doing his own race. No one to worry about, so that helped as well. Like if you see now Rick Hall and Piero and Beza, yeah, the nerves are getting high, the heart rate is getting high.
The adrenaline's getting high.
Yeah.
The legs start to shake, the hands start to shake. You're not as accurate anymore because you're like, ooh. Especially to turn on, that's what I'm like. It's just awful.
Going into the last lap with these three.
Yeah, it is. Final lap of this race. Zitek Oreos with an absolute monstrous lead.
Straight behind Toussaint.
Oh, there's a little bit of a battle on our hand. Nabil Sick gonna try and get past him. Nabil Sick with 6 seconds of penalties. Toussaint with 3. Toussaint doesn't want to pick up any more penalties now. He is going to go defensive to Nabil Sick. And he's going to hold it on the inside. And Nabil Sick going to go around the outside. Toussaint might have to, unfortunately, concede the position here as he is on the inside of that corner. He's going to back out of that fight, though.
I would stay behind him. There's the Earth.
He's
and then
going
get him
now.
on
Yeah,
straight.
the Urs and the Durs. He has activated them as he goes into turn 1. He's going to go round the outside of Nabil Sik. Can Nabil Sik hold it on the inside? He's going to do the classic move. Oh, and he's spun and he's retired. He hit Dan Schneider. Hits him.
I missed it. I was looking at Piero.
And that's a full retirement. The wheels come
Get your
completely
camera
off.
on Piero Rick hold better.
Yeah, I'm moving up there now. I think he
You're staying too low.
Nabil Sik, he tried to go down the inside of Toussaint there, Dutchy, and he span himself. He just made side contact with Toussaint and just span himself out. And then nothing Dan Schneider can do, because Dan Schneider went right into the side of him. But well done to that man there, Zetec Oreos. But could this be a late move for Piero? Isn't going to be able to get the move done on Rick Holt. Unless anything happens on the final few corners here. They come round the final corner, and Beza just picked up a 3-second time penalty, but it isn't going to be enough because Jax is too far ahead, and it's going to be Zetec Oreos, Rick Holt, Piero, then Beza. What a race from him, Dutchy. He finishes back and forth again on that alternate strategy. Tim going to finish. Tim in 6th. He had that spin at turn 1, lap 1. Pope going to come across the line in 6th. Actually, Tim pushed down to 7th. Toussaint going to come around the final corner as he's got Dan Schneider right behind him. Both of these on 3 seconds, and Toussaint just by a 10th keeps 8th place for his team. Dan Schneider in 9th. Aston is actually going to take a point for the Haas team. That's a good recovery from him in the Haas. Weekly Style in 11th. Norma Shadow 12th. Jojo Power in the alternate strategy didn't make it work in 13th.
Last corner.
Yeah, Thunder and Natty having a battle here. Natty on the fresh softs. Will Natty look for the move up to the line? And no, he won't get it. Thunder will get it in the end. Thunder in 14th. Natty in 15th. Jetsy in 16th. And Geek Fusion going to come on the final corner. And how unfortunate for Nabil Sik, Dutchy, but he tried going down the inside of Toussaint, understeered wide, and he collided into the side of Toussaint. It just forced him into a spin, and then nothing Dan Schneider can do. He once again just come around turn 1 and was right behind him and just hit into the side of him, hit into his wheel, and it came off, and he fully retired. Terminal damage for him. But there it is, that man there, Zetec Oreos. What a race from him, though, Dutch. He had a dominant performance up front.
He had a good start, good lead, and then he kept it.
Yeah, he did. Kept himself nice, calm and composed, and won the race. Rick Holt in 2nd. Piero in the end. What a race from him, Dutchy. Got himself into 3rd position.
Yeah.
Did brilliantly. Did Piero, but put himself in the final podium position. There was the rest of the grid. Good points for Mercedes after they started quite far down the grid. Gotta say as well, Dutchy, Pearson O, also known as It's Jax, started in 19th and finished in 5th. Pope started in 20th and finished in 6th. Really good performances from them.
Yeah, great performance from those two.
Yeah, Piero started in 10th, finished in 3rd. Good race from him. Aston in 14th, got a point for the Haas team.
But also, don't forget Tim from last as well.
Yeah, he had the spin, didn't he? To 7th, so good recovery drive from him, from Atim. And that was the Super League for this week. Final race in China. Provides good racing. Awful to drive on, though. Will it return in future seasons? Well, you'll have to wait and see, won't you? I don't know whether I'll put it in a later season. I don't know. I mean, it does provide good racing. To be fair, it's good spectator track, this one, but it's abysmal to drive on. Pope here. No, just saying. Great drive, mate. To Zetec Oreos. X5, yeah, everyone congratulating Zetec, but what a race though. Good race there. Was mostly clean, obviously a couple of incidents there. Mainly happened at turn 1 actually, Dutchy, but I don't think anything that anybody could have avoided. People half spinning at turn 1 and then just collecting a bit of damage, so unfortunate for them, but clean race nevertheless, and I feel like we worked well together, Dutchy, in the commentary box. It wasn't as chaotic as I thought it was going to be.
Not.
No, it was pretty good, to be fair. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and make sure you tune in tomorrow, where me and Dutchy will go from friends to mortal enemies when we go around the Laguna Seca. where join Isaac Smart and Ben Roberts in the commentary box, where the second race will also be streamed, hopefully shortly after the first one as well. Yeah, so make sure you join us tomorrow, Group 4 in Laguna Seca, and then you join us next week once again for where we'll be in Zandvoort. So make sure you join us then for the Academy on Monday, and then obviously Freshman Tuesday, Premier Wednesday, Super League on Thursday. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining in this race, and we will see you all next week.